Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Chris Hawkes, and this is your best life defined. So I'm sitting here thinking, I was looking back over the holiday, and God, it's been a good year for me. I mean, granted, COVID-19 has sucked, but with all the struggle, it's kind of put us in a new perspective about the value of things in life. I keep looking around, and I'm so thankful that Sandy and I made the decision to do the things we did, to sell the house and travel, because I don't know where the world is going to end up, and I certainly don't know how much time I have, but it's really looking back. I mean, I can always say this is what we got to do. And I think when you think about living your best life and this whole story I keep sharing with you, that's really what it comes down to. It comes down to waking up every day and knowing that, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best with what I have today. That kind of brings us up to the issue of yesterday and what happened yesterday. I've come to the conclusion that yesterday doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. Yesterday could not happen. Because unless you use what happened yesterday as motivation to live your best life or to better at living today, it has absolutely no value. And that's the sad part about it. Have you ever been sitting there and you're in the middle of some sort of struggle with someone you love, and you can't resist bringing up the past? You got to bring it up, and in part it's to defend yourself. It's in part to throw that energy back at them that they're throwing at you. They're telling you about what you did wrong and when people tell us what we did wrong, most people hear is how much we suck. You can't hear it in the true context that it's intended, even if it's intended to be helpful. It doesn't generally work that way. When my wife used to tell me, oh, you did this, or this is why I'm unhappy, or this or that, all I could hear was, I suck. But that's why the past is so defeating to achieving your best life or to living your best life. You can't go forward and backward at the same time. You have to pick a direction for your life. See, that was my problem. When I look back at my life and all those years of being angry and pissed off and all shielded up because I didn't want anyone to get too close to me, it all came down to my reflection and how I thought about life. And I spent so much time looking at what people had done to me in the past that I was geared up and prepared for the future based on that. But how do you let the past, if you let the past define you, if you use that as your standard for how you live tomorrow, you never escape it. You never escape what's been done to you. Now, on the other hand, if you look at the past like Sandy and I have learned to look at the past, and that is, this is an opportunity for us to show ourselves that we can do better. We can do better than I know what I did as a husband to my wife. I know what she did to me. I know the things that we did together financially in our life, our choices. I don't ever want to go back to that. That's the only play that my past has in my life, is that I remember how bad it used to suck. And more than that, I remember why it sucked so bad. I know why my life sucked so bad. And I'm not going back to it. My life sucked because instead of me making decisions based on who I am and building on my success because of it, my choices were made because of what the world expected from me, what I had been taught to become. I will never go back to that. It doesn't matter to me, or I guess that's not right. You know what? I just got to tell you something. That was actually not truthful at all. I care what you think. I care what people think. And sitting around talking to my kids about my feelings and about what the truth is about who I am. Yes, I wake up at night and I think, oh my God, what did I do? I'll post a podcast every once in a while to my Facebook page, knowing that most people aren't going to listen to it. Or just surmising in my own mind what people are thinking and saying about what I'm doing. I do care what you think. I care what people think. Where that becomes a problem is when I allow that to get in the way of my actions, when I allow that to decide or be the determining factor of whether I do take an action or not. And that's from my past. Now, my motivation for continuing is that, in spite of it not being wholly true, I say, oh, screw it. I don't care what people think. Well, whatever works, right? Whatever works for me to show up here every day and do one more podcast, even though sometimes, probably 1 out of 3, I walk away from it and I think, God, I suck at this. Why do I keep doing it? It's because your past does not matter. What you do with this moment right in front of you is what matters. The things that you've done does not matter unless you continue down that path. But today's your day. Today is the opportunity for you to say, okay, I did that, and this is what I got from it, and that's in the past. Let's move forward. What would you like to see our future? What would you want our future to look like? That's a really good question for a partner, for someone you love, for yourself while you're standing in the mirror. Hey, Chris, what do you want your future to look like? What do you want today to look like? I've done it. I've lived it. 1981, we're married. I'm struggling. By 1984, we can't make ends meet. We sat down. I said, I got to do something. What do you think? She goes, go back to school, become a cop, go work at the Department of Corrections in Colorado, do something, change jobs. Okay. Didn't matter what happened before that. The only thing that mattered is that from that moment forward, all I could see is where I was going. Didn't matter where I've been. You know what happens when you spend your life looking in the rearview mirror? You end up hitting a brick wall. You end up running into something and your life really sucks. And I know people who do it. I know people who have all kinds of reasons why they can't. And that's all about the past. That's all about not being able to see anything beyond what's already happened. That's where dreams come in. Can you see it? I did a podcast a while back. Can you see it? I see all kinds of amazing things for myself. I see this book on RVing being an immense success. It's going to be. I know it is. I see this podcast continuing to grow, my followers continuing to engage, and I see people actually changing their lives because I've decided to take the effort, to put that effort forward to make today better, not only for me, but for you. Kind of a novel goal, kind of sappy, right? You know, oh, he cares about us enough. Yes, actually I do. Because there's something inspiring for me to think that maybe someone is going to say, you know what, am I living my best life? Not according to the world, but according to me. And just the idea that someone would be inspired enough to change something, to spend some time thinking about what I'm saying, or for that matter, just to take the time, to give me the time to listen to what I'm saying. Awesome experience, awesome energy. My tank is full. I'm just trying to give it to you. I mentioned in the last podcast, I've come to this realization that I just can't believe. I'm in disbelief about the life that Sandy and I are able to live. It's just crazy. Who are we? But it was all about dreams. It was all about stories built around ideas that people thought we were crazy for, ideas that no one else would dare to go after. And we did it, and we're like, okay, well, if I can do this, hell, a podcast ain't crap, a book ain't crap, hell, we can do anything, right? And it didn't have anything to do with yesterday. It was all about today, and it's all about tomorrow. So, here's the question. Are you ready? I hope so. Because if you're ready to actually be honest with yourself about the life you're living, and to pick something and be honest about what you would like to see your life, or what your life should look like in a year, the thing you dream of doing, then it's okay for you to get inspired about it. It's okay for you to start building that amazing story about how you're going to make that happen, how that's going to become a part of your life. Will it happen overnight? No, it won't. Will it always be easy? No. Will it be the end? You get that thing and then all of a sudden you don't have to do anything else in your life? Definitely not, because that's where this becomes the double-edged sword. Go ahead and forget about the past and make a decision based on what you want to see for your life. What will inspire you and drive you to achieve that goal. Pick something amazing. And once you achieve that goal, guess what? You will never stop. You will never stop waking up with something on your plate that you're saying, okay, now this is in the future. This is what we're doing. And like me, people will look at you and they'll cock their eyebrow and they'll be like, that guy's crazy. Yes, I'm crazy. I'm crazy because I've decided that it's much better to spend my time chasing things that inspire me and energize me than it is chasing things that I've been told will make me happy. And if you doubt what I'm saying, just in case you're a doubter and you're not sure about the message or not quite ready to jump in, think about all the things you do every day and the reason why. And it's in those reasons why where you can measure the amount of joy and energy that you derive from your choices. Why did you buy that house? Why do you work every day to pay for that big house? Why do you work every day to own that big ass truck? Why don't you spend more time playing golf or on vacation? Why haven't you taken that cruise around the Caribbean? Why haven't you moved to Australia or Europe like you dreamed of doing? Why haven't you went back to school? I guarantee the majority of things you're going to spend your day doing have nothing to do with who you are or what inspires you. I have a feeling that most of the things you will do today are directly related to the image of life as you've been taught. That is, that success, this is happiness. And your life mirrors that, and that's the reason you do what you do. And there's the tragedy. But guess what? You can't change what you've already done, right? But you can change what you're getting ready to do. So, maybe today, maybe right now is the moment when you say, all right, let's see, what am I going to change about my life to make it better? What am I going to do today and tomorrow to make my life better? And that's up to you. That's a simple one. I don't live your life. I live my life. I know that walking with my partner, having an amazing relationship, being able to talk about scary things like selling the house and getting rid of all of our stuff and buying a fifth wheel and a truck to pull it with and heading out across the country is scarier than hell. But the conversation about what could be made it easier. And it didn't matter what we had done. The only thing that matters was what we were going to do. And that's still at play. I play that game every day. Every day I spend time asking myself questions about why I'm where I'm at and how to make it better. And in the end, that's the whole conversation. If you can pick up on that, if you can realize that no matter where you are, there is one choice, you're one choice away from making it better, and you're willing to take that action to do it and to spend time within yourself to figure out what that actually looks like, you'll become unstoppable. And it doesn't matter where you were. It doesn't matter what yesterday looked like. The only thing that matters is what's tomorrow going to look like. And what are you going to do with today? So I hope that works for you. I hope you're picking up on this. This message, I'll tell story after story after story, and it all comes down to the same thing. When we capitalize on our strengths based on who we are and what energizes us, we are unstoppable. All of those amazing people you look up to, all of those amazing people you admire, all those amazing things that you wish were possibilities for you, the reason those things are not isn't because you can't, it's because you haven't built a story around them based on who you are. We will never be better at anything than we are at the things we love, the things that inspire us. That's why I won't quit. I don't know. Maybe this podcast is getting better. I don't know. I have no way of knowing that. All I know is that every day I wake up energized with one more idea that I can share with you about why I'm able to live my best life and how you can do the same thing. So I hope you'll keep that in mind. I hope you will stop spending time looking over your shoulder at the past and start looking to your future, because it's as bright as you want to make it. So keeping that in mind, until next time, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.